You know, probably the most frequently asked question I get when I've been speaking at an event or maybe running a coaching session or maybe just get a message online is, what would I recommend? What books, what online courses would I recommend that might help you on your journey? Whether that's an entrepreneurial, online speaker, you know, creating clients, etc. kind of journey, what would I recommend? So in today's video, I'm going to be running through a stack of books. There we go. There's some of them that I have read and found valuable and got value from through the years. And also I'll be mentioning some of the online programs that I've equally been signed up to and got massive value from through the years as well. And there's also one program I'll be mentioning that I've signed up for. I've not even started yet because it hasn't started yet, and I'm so excited about it. So if you want to know what I found valuable through the years and what might be useful and maybe interesting for you as well, keep watching. Hey, Mike Blissett here, founder of Speak Like a Pro Online, sharing ideas, tools and techniques to help you speak with more confidence, make better videos and grow your business. On this channel, you'll see how to tech and book review videos just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And in today's video, I'm going to be answering probably the most frequently asked question I get, and it's what books and online courses would I recommend that might help you on your speaker, your entrepreneurial, your online journey. As you'll see on this channel, I've already reviewed some books, whether it's coaching or speaking or entrepreneurial books already, and a little bit in depth. So I'll just be kind of mentioning the kind of books that I have been reading in this video. And so if you want me to review any one of them, because I haven't done really reviews on any of the ones I'm going to be mentioning, leave a note in the comments box just below this video and let me know if you want me to make a review video on anything in particular, a book or one of the online courses, and I gladly will. So jumping straight in no particular order, I'm just going to mention the books that I would recommend that will help you in your business or thinking about or planning or strategizing and all the rest of it. Firstly, Ken Blanchard, The 1 Minute Entrepreneur. I read this tons of years ago. I think it came out about 2000 and something. So we'll look, 2000 and where was it? 2008. So a long time ago, about 11 years ago. It's the time of recording this video. So a good few years ago. It's a little book. You can read it in a few hours, and it's dynamite. It's really, really good. So that's one. The first book, The 1 Minute Entrepreneur. Ken Blanchard, Don Hudson, and Ethan Willis. Fabulous. Okay, and moving along, this is the next book is Paul McKenna, I Can Make You Rich. Now, I must admit, I never used to be a fan of Paul McKenna. I kind of grew up watching, or at least avoiding, his TV shows. You know, where he used to make people do kind of silly and strange things on a Saturday night. If you're in the UK, you maybe saw them, and it didn't resonate with me. I don't really like that. And so when he started writing these kind of books, I avoided them because I thought it's going to be more of the same. And then one of my clients bought me one of his books, one of his previous books, not this one, I Can Change Your Life or something like that, many years ago as a gift because they'd read it and they recommended it and they wanted me to read it. And I said I didn't read Paul McKenna. So they bought me a book. They bought me Paul McKenna's book. And so I had to read it, because I knew in a future coaching session they would ask me if I've read it and which bits I liked. So I had to read it. And the thing is, I was proved wrong. Paul McKenna is great. I mean, he really knows his subject. He knows all about hypnosis and NLP and things like neuroscience. And the guy is a great writer. And to be fair, I think it's kind of moved kind of very slightly. You know, he's rebranded who he is now. He's perceived as someone who's much more serious, who is an expert, that is a leader in the kind of world of change. And so he's a good writer. So anyway, I bought this book, I don't know how many years ago, let's say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago, quite a few years ago now. And it's not just a book about making lots of money. In fact, in the very first chapter, the first paragraph, Paul McKenna does actually write, this book is not simply about becoming rich. This book is about living a rich life. And by living a rich life, you may well attract riches or money into it, but it's about the life you live. And that resonates with me. So it's a great book. And it's also a book where if you want to put things in place in your life and the way you run your business, you're not overwhelmed by the business, and you're attracting like-minded, supportive people into your business so that you can build that business and live a rich life. And that's part of how you can live a rich life. It's a really, really good book. So I read that years ago. It's great. Again, another book I read. These are not all books I've read years ago, but the first few seem to be. This stack is not in any particular order. It just happens that way. So this next one is Coactive Coaching by Laura Whitworth, Henry Kimsley House, and Phil Sanderhart. So Coactive Coaching. It's kind of one of the kind of foundation books of the world of coaching. I read this, I don't know, too many years ago. And what I liked about it is not just a great book about coaching. It's also got a section in the second half of the book where it's got a coach's toolkit in as well. So things like the wheel of life, values, and all the kind of tools that a coach might want to use in a coaching session, or equally as a speaker with a group, if you're doing training or you're kind of taking your audience through a process you want to engage them with as well. So it's a great book. I completely recommend this, and I think that's about the third copy I've got because I keep giving it to people and recommending it to others, and they buy it as well, and it's a great book. And by the way, all the books I'm going to be mentioning in this video on the online courses, there will be links immediately below this video, so you can check them out and have a look and see if they resonate for you as well. So the next one, again, this is a book that a client bought me, a coaching client bought me, so I had to read it, even though this is kind of a weighty book. It's a long one, and it's the 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. And as I say, one of my clients a few years ago was kind of a disciple of the thoughts of Tim Ferriss. He loved the idea of being an online entrepreneur and just switching the how you plan and how many hours and how much blood, sweat and tears you need to put in your business in order to become successful. And Tim Ferriss, I think one of the reasons this was a groundbreaking book, he just turned everything on its head. And in a nutshell, and it's not going to give, it's still a worthwhile read, but in a nutshell, it's discussing about how to look at the world of outsourcing and managing that outsourcing as an entrepreneur, whether that's online, and I'm predominantly online now, or offline if you still have an offline business, and I've got my offline coaching business and training business as well, so it works both ways. And it's just really, really useful. It's really a good book, just that it's going to challenge you, even though it's been out, I don't know, a bunch of years, probably maybe 10 years now, I'm not going to look. It's not out of date. It's still going to challenge your way of thinking. Personally, I don't think, at least in my belief system, I don't think it's possible, for what I do anyway, to have a 4-hour work week. Mine is longer than that, but equally it's not 60 hours. It's much, much shorter than I used to work when I was in the city, in banking. And so this is a great book. And you might leave a comment in the box below. There was, I can't remember the name, somebody said many years ago that if you do what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. So of course, it depends what you do, but equally I think if you're like me, if you're in the coaching, training, speaking, online entrepreneur courses, etc., writing kind of space, this territory that we occupy, it's a fine line. It's kind of a grey line between what is actually work and what is fun. Because I can tell you, when I'm in a coffee shop with my laptop, writing something or developing something, I'm not classing it as work. Even if I wasn't doing it for a client or for a book, I'd probably still be in the coffee shop writing that same thing on my computer. So there's a blurred line between, working and not working, having fun. But as I say, this book really it's going to challenge you just to reconsider your perception of how you see work and how you balance everything, and what you're good at. Maybe that you should concentrate most of your time on, and the stuff that doesn't interest you or maybe is not your area of expertise, just outsource and give to somebody else. And of course there is that equation there, can you afford to do that, and etc., and that's another conversation at another time. But at least challenge yourself with the possibility that it could happen at some point, and just by putting it in that kind of idea in your point of reference, maybe brings that day a little bit closer. So whether you begin doing this straight away or whether it is a little bit of a journey for you, it's all good stuff. It's great. So that's the 4-Hour Work Week, Tim Ferriss. Really, really good. And then just the last couple of books, 2 or 3 books I'm going to run through very quickly. Mike Southern and Chris West, the Beermen Entrepreneur. Mike is a fellow speaker at the PSA, the Professional Speaking Association in London. I've seen him speak a few times over the years. And the story with this is, and by the way, this is a best-selling book. It's in multiple editions. This is the second edition. It's a really old one, but it's in multiple editions. It's all around the world. It's a bestseller. Is that Mike was in the pub with his mate that he's known since school days, a guy called Chris West. Many years ago, and as happens when we're having a drink in the pub, we sometimes start to dream and talk about how we kind of come up with great ideas, and we think we're going to change the world and start a business and all the rest of it. And then equally, when we leave the pub and the next day or a week later, we've forgotten all about them. And so this could have happened with this, but of course, the book is all about what happened instead, because in the book, in the pub, what Mike describes when I saw him speaking, and he describes it in the book as well, is that actually he went and asked the person behind the bar if they could borrow a pen, because they kind of drew what became known as their business plan on the back of the beer mat, and that became a hugely successful business that still takes them around the world to this day. So it's not how weighty and how many pages are on your business plan that counts. Again, it's what is in the business plan and how you utilize and take action on that makes it a great business plan. So it's a great book. The Beermen Entrepreneur, Turn Your Good Idea into a Great Business. Mike Southern and Chris West. And then the final kind of businessy book, a couple actually. This one is the Business Coaching Handbook by Curly Martin. And she's got another one. It's I think it's called the Life Coaching or the Personal Coaching Handbook. I've got that somewhere on a shelf somewhere. But this one, and it's just full of ideas and templates and frameworks and stories of how you can position yourself and grow into becoming a successful business coach. It's a great book. And then the final kind of businessy book I've got, and this is one that I was speaking at an event a few days ago, and the other speaker, there were 2 of us there. I spoke for 45 minutes, and so did the other one. Gave me one of her books, and it's Sue Richardson. Sue is a friend, a colleague, again a member of the PSA, Professional Speakers Association, and she's a publisher, and she helps people who want to write a book, a business book particularly, to get that book written and to get it published, so that it makes a difference for the people that get the book, and also for the person who's written it. It makes them a successful author. So it's called The Authority Guide to Publishing Your Business Book. It's part of a collection that Sue has put together with various other writers as well, but this is her input into that. And as I say, she's a publisher. She has a publishing house as well. So it's a great step-by-step plan how to decide what you want to be in your business book, based on your knowledge, your skill, knowledge, and expertise, and equally who your target audience is. as well, your avatar, just to make sure it's a happy fit, it's a good fit, so that when you've written this, because it takes time, however you write a book, there is a process there, and it does take time, so that time is wisely spent, so that the finished product delivers on what you wanted it to do in the beginning, which is that people either buy it or read it and take action on it, and then maybe sign you up to do more work if you are a trainer, if you're a speaker, if you're an expert authority in what you do as well. So I haven't I've read the intro into this because I'm just finishing another book at the moment, but this is the next book I'll read, so when I've read it I'll let you know what I think as well. And equally, any of the books that I have mentioned so far, if you want me to do a review on them, let me know. And I gladly will. I do a dedicated video for each of those. And then somebody asked me, well, what book are you reading at the moment? Do you only read business books? And if you know anything about me, if you've heard me speaking anywhere, sometimes I mention it. I flip-flop. I don't know where I got that phrase from. But so what I mean by flip-flop is I flip between one type of book and another type of book. So I read my business and marketing and coaching and online kind of books, and then I alternate them, not necessarily one at a time. Sometimes I read 2 or 3 business books, and then I flop and I go to a fiction book where it's just because it's a pleasure, because I love reading. So the book I'm reading at the moment is Charles Dickens' Great Expectations, and I'm about halfway through. I don't know where I am, 193, that's where I am at the moment. It's great. I can't believe I'm saying this. Sorry if you're a Charles Dickens fan, but I haven't read any Charles Dickens before. This is my first one. I am loving it. I love the way he writes. I love the kind of old use of English. Oh my gosh, wow. It's wonderful. So I'm going to be reading more Charles Dickens in the future because I'm in love with this. So if you're a Charles Dickens fan, or if you read fiction as well, put it in the comments box below. Let me know what you're reading. And equally, if you've got any books that you recommend that have helped you in your business on your journey, again, leave them in the comments box below. You're more than welcome. The final book, and then I'm going to wrap up pretty soon. I'm just going to whiz through the online courses, but the final book I'm going to mention is it's one written by a guy called Mike Blissett, and this was my first book. I had it published, or it was published by Hodomobus in 2005, so many years ago now. But it was the first one. I've still got a stack of them. The thing is, when you get a book published by a big publisher, they send you a big box of books so you can give them away to anybody who wants them, basically. I mean, hundreds of them. So I've been handing them out at workshops, and they used to be on my website, and etc. through the years. So I still got a few left. So it's called Get Motivated: 7 Steps to the Life You Want. This is where I was in 2004 when I wrote it, and as I say, it was published in 2005, and it was a I don't know, bestseller. It was a good seller. It's been really successful through the years, and even a little book like this still today occasionally brings me work. It brings me a booking for training, for speaking, etc. So books are very useful, a very good tool to have in your business. So the previous book I read, I mentioned Sue Richardson, The Authority Guide to Publishing Your Business Book, is probably one that you should check out. And as I say, there will be a link below. But this one, as I said, I've got a few copies left. If you want a copy, I'm going to put 10 copies aside. And so if you want one, all you have to do is leave a comment in the box below, and also send me a message. So it can be an email, it can be a social media message, wherever you check this video out, and send me a message and give me your details, an address to send this to, and I will do. I will send you a link. You do need to pay for postage. I'm going to give you this book for free, but you do need to pay for package and postage. So I don't know, £1 or £2, whatever it is, I'll get it weighed. But you're more than welcome, the first 10 people. But to get it, you must leave a comment and say something in the comments box immediately below this video. If you're not yet a subscriber of my YouTube channel, you need to hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but you need to be a subscriber. And then, as I say, message me with your address, an address to send this to. It can be office, your home, it doesn't really matter. And then I'll send you a link to pay for the postage. that's really small, and then I'll send you a copy of this book. And if you want me to, just let me know and I'll sign it for you as well. So that's the final book, Get Motivated. I also mentioned, let me go back to my computer. I was looking for books today and I was thinking, I've read more books than this, or I've read more books that have meant a lot to me than this collection. I've got hundreds on the shelf as well, but of course there's Kindle, there's online, there's the tablets and all, Apple books and all that stuff as well. So some of the others, just whizzing through really quickly, have been Blanchard, The Millionaire Messenger, Life's Golden Ticket, and The Charge. Fantastic books, great. World Class Speaking, I think I did a review on that maybe last year. Yeah, I think I did that there. And then also Robert Cialdini, Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. And it's kind of a bit of a Bible in that it's for anybody who wants to learn about how to position yourself with authenticity, with integrity, with honesty, and still be really, really successful, and to do it in a way that resonates with you rather than being salesy. I don't think anybody really likes that, and we can all suss people out that are kind of a bit inauthentic. So if you want to find your authenticity and be confident and just have massive integrity, then that is a great book that kind of discusses that. And it's based on Robert Cialdini, the writer's 35 years of research. I mean, seriously, the guy is a genius on human psychology and why we do what we do and how we can influence and persuade people if it's authentic and honorable and within their belief system for them as well. So as I say, it's not about being salesy, it's about being authentic. It's a great book. So as I say, there'll be links to that just below this video. All right, so those are the books I recommend. I've got a list here of online courses. I'm going to whiz through them as well. So firstly, in no particular order, Blanchard. I got a ton of his courses, online courses through the years. I just think the guy just delivers so much value for whatever you pay for his course. You get a ton of extra stuff. I mean, the guy is great. He's generous, and I've done his training in America as well. But the online course, probably Total Product Blueprint, was the first one that I got. And when he updates them every few years, you get access to the updated version as well. I mean, the guy is great. And it's a really, really good, broad course on how to position your business and how to create products, whether that's books, whether it's online courses, whether it's webinars, whatever it is, coaching programs, membership programs as well. It's just sort of general how you can do this thing, because there's a lot going on. You might not want to do all of them, but within all of that, you can choose which ones would resonate for you and the kind of people you work with. And just to say, some of these online courses, they have various periods in the year where they're open for new students, and then they kind of close the doors and you have to wait for the next period. So there are links below this video for the various courses that I mentioned, and you can check them out, but just bear in mind, some of them you might not be able to, there might not be a shopping cart there, you might not be able to sign up for them yet. And really it's just to check if they resonate for you as well. This is just things that I've done through the years. Okay, moving on. Billie Jean, I've just started. It's not, by the way, it's not Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. This is a trainer of business, marketing trainer, incredible guy over in the US. And I just signed up for a bunch of his programs. He had I think he called it a bundle, I think it was. And the one that I'm doing at the moment is called Clicks to Customers. And it's about YouTube and making YouTube videos and making them more successfully. So it's not just about selling things. It's about getting people engaged in your ecosystem so that you can have this conversation and share your ideas and get feedback and like a conversation from them as well. It's really good. And Billie Jean, he's all of these people I'm gonna be shared. There's only 4 of them. They've all got very different personalities, and they've all very much got personalities. I think it's really important when you are developing your online courses or YouTube channels or however you communicate with your clients, really to be clear, or as clear as you can be, and it will be developing over time who you are and what your personality is. Is it cheeky? Is it funny? Is it a bit in your face? Is it a bit laid back? You know, what is your personality? Is it friendly? Is it a bit serious? You know, what is it? And really be clear on that, so that you give people a chance to get to know you. You know, when you meet somebody for real in a social situation, you don't put on an act, and then when they get to know you, they realize it's not you. When you get to know somebody for real in a real situation, the person they get to know is actually the real you. So they can make a call on that. And the same is for video. So if the closer you can be to who you really are on video, or audio, if you'd use audio, or make newsletters, etc., the closer you can get it to who you really are, and just attach your expertise and knowledge to it, it's good. It's good. So that's really what the Billie Jean program is about. The final two, James Wedmore, I've mentioned him too many times. You've heard of James Wedmore already. I've done so many of his courses. 48-hour film school, business by design. The guy's brilliant. He's an introvert like me, in that he can, you know, tell stories and kind of be silly and whatever it is online, and he does live in-room training and things now, but very much he's an introvert that's likes to be extrovert within his field of expertise in business. And if you're not sure what that is, follow the link below, have a look at his YouTube channel. He's great, and he's predominantly a filmmaker who helps people use video to better effect in their business. It's great. So, and then finally, the course I've just bought and I haven't started yet, I don't have access to it yet. Well, I've got access, I just haven't, because I've been really busy this last week, is Frank Kern. Frank Kern is like a genius internet marketer, and his new program is called Internet-Based Branding. And so that's the next course I'm going to do. I haven't done it yet, so I can't tell you about it. But when I've done it, or when I'm doing it, I will, of course, make some more videos to let you know about that. But if you're interested, I'll put some kind of I guess review video together. I don't usually review courses, but if you want me to review any of them, if I've done them, then I'll gladly, you know, I'm not going to judge anybody, but, you know, because I only do courses that I love, so they're going to be good reviews. But if you want some more background and review, then you're more than welcome. Just let me know, leave the comments in the boxes below. Okay, finally, question of the day. What book or online course would you recommend that you found the most value from, or that you've got the most value from in your business today? Leave your comments in the box below. I'd be incredibly interested to find out what they are, and I'm sure other people who watch these videos would be as well. So thank you in advance for doing that. Thanks for checking out this video. Remember to give it a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and if you are new here, remember also to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get to know when I upload a new video, usually every Monday or Tuesday. You can also check out some of my other videos by clicking here and here. And remember, this channel is all about sharing ideas, tools, and techniques to help you speak with more confidence, make better videos, and grow your business online. Until next time, take care.